Morning, guys. It's Louis in the UK, near Bristol. Welcome to Defending Elvis. I'm half asleep. Um, just done a load of washing up. We had a bit of a spaghetti and apple crumble, blackberry crumble night. So it makes a bloody mess. Everyone was too tired to do it. So I thought I'd get up and sort things out, ready for when my wife wakes up. But the kids are asleep, and I got myself a tea and a coffee. And my daughter's in the background making egg mayonnaise for her work. She works at a nursery. So a lot's happened through the night, guys. Um, Woke up to all of this. So you've got these pretty crazy claims about Priscilla Presley. Priscilla Presley pulled the plug on Lisa Marie to control Elvis' estate lawsuit. I mean, isn't this as bad as it gets? There is TMZ.com. It's a tough one, guys. They're basically saying that Priscilla Presley turned off the life support machine so that she could take over control of Gracelands and the estate. But, I know a lot of you want to believe it, but that is an earthquake, a volcanic eruption happening in the world of Priscilla Presley. So it's quite a sensitive topic, this, for me, because I can't be going on social media and saying that Priscilla Presley intentionally ended the life of her daughter. For me, that's too much. I can't do it. So the way I'm going to play this is TMZ's report, and then we're going to just see what we learn. Yeah, I'm not going to take sides on this. It's too serious. I don't want to get myself in trouble. This is somebody else's report. Of course, we can discuss it. Nothing wrong with that. So there's two things to discuss. I think I'm going to do a part one, which is these claims. Priscilla pulled the plug on Lisa Marie. You fans have been saying it for a few years, haven't you? I've always found it a very uncomfortable topic to talk about because it's so extreme, so outrageous. Surely not type, like, no mother could do that. No mother, okay, Priscilla's made some horrible mistakes, like with things like Michael Edwards, her boyfriend that allegedly, let me get the book, allegedly, sexual abuse, allegedly. Here goes, guys, yeah. But, I don't know, guys, it's hard to even absorb it. It's so extreme. Yeah, so Priscilla's made some bad mistakes. We want justice for Lisa Marie, don't we? Yeah. Against the alleged. We have to say it's alleged. This whole show is for entertainment purposes, just opinion sharing. We're a discussion show, not fact. Not fact. Yeah. We have to say that, guys. But this is extreme. This is like blowing me away. I've had quite a few send it me. So we're going to do part one on this, and then part two is just as bad. Let's see if I can find it. Priscilla Presley lawyer rips Lisa Marie's claims as a disgusting publicity stunt. Oh, that's probably concerning the same thing. No, but there's another one here. Priscilla Presley sued for $50 million amid power struggle over Graceland business empire. So that has been sent to me many times. This is all big news, guys. So I double posted that, so I'll just delete one of them because it's been posted twice. But I don't even know where to start. I've only just woke up, guys. So I did want to mention something on a lighter note. No, not lighter. On a serious note, I blocked another person yesterday. That's 3 people we've blocked now. Yeah. I want to keep it. I'm not going to talk about it. I won't allow Team Elvis to be rude to me. I won't allow it. Another direct message telling me off from one of our subscribers. I just don't accept it. I don't accept it. I'm not here to be your punch bag. Yeah. I actually think I'm really polite and friendly to all of you. I think I've given all of you a lot of respect and a lot of my time. Yeah. So sorry, guys. Anybody rude to me, anybody is being blocked. So I don't even want to. The sad thing is, I don't actually want to block these people. Oh well, it is what it is. It's YouTube, isn't it, guys? YouTube. We have a bit of a tough time, even from the people that are supposed to support us. No, so it's a shame. Right. Okay. Right. Let's click on this. Let's read it. So, TMZ, come on, let's be honest. They're a bit of allegedly a bit trashy. Yeah. We don't know if any of it is true. TMZ has a reputation for, sort of, just an opinion, for fake news and exaggerating things. And, come on, guys, let's get real. So let's look at TMZ's thing. So Priscilla Presley sued, pulled plug on Lisa Marie to control Elvis's estate. Priscilla calls allegations malicious and lies. It's serious stuff. So how do you defend this kind of stuff? Who has come out with these allegations? Are these allegations from Bridget Cruz? Bridget Cruz, who she's in a lawsuit with. 2 lawsuits, because you've got the original one from Bridget, then you've got the counter abuse. So, and now a new one. So I don't want to go into the new one too much on this part 1 of this morning, but the new one has changed, hasn't it? It's a different kind of lawsuit. It's all concerning her name, image, and likeness. So now Bridget is going down the road of, you sold me something that you'd already sold previously. Yeah. So we'll talk about that separately. So is this a game? Is this Bridget Cruz and her people, her lawyers? Then Priscilla obviously has to come out fighting and defending all this. This is bloody serious shit, guys. So I don't want to swear, but this is very, very serious accusations. Like, as bad as I can't think of anything worse. Actually, no, this was bloody bad. Yeah, that there's a possibility that Priscilla, just alleged for entertainment purposes, had an idea of what was going on with Michael Edwards. That Priscilla was so infatuated, besotted with this Michael Edwards guy, the guy off Terminator, the model. Yeah, don't forget, he admitted it in his book that he was in love with a minor, with Lisa Marie, and he had sexual feelings for her. Yeah. So that's what I've just said is alleged for entertainment purposes, not a fact, just an opinion. But go read the book, guys. I can read it out to you if you want. We probably will read the sections out in this book. Yeah. Priscilla, Elvis, and me. It's very disturbing, because Lisa was a minor and Michael Edwards was a grown man, and he'd been with Priscilla for 6 to 7 years, and Priscilla would leave him alone with poor Lisa Marie, who was very young. What ages? Between 10 and I don't know the exact ages, but 10-ish up to about 14, 15. Yeah. So it's scary. It's upsetting. My heart breaks and yearns for poor Lisa Marie, what she went through, because from what we can see, Priscilla would go off out on, she wanted to pursue her career. She wanted to pursue money, fame, ambition, acting, TV, modeling, obviously promoting products. We have the Bis and Bow as well. there was a lot of things going on with Priscilla. She was very ambitious, loved money, and by the sounds of it, loved her men. And there's even alleged abuse of alcohol and cocaine and a lot of partying whilst she's there, supposedly looking after Lisa Marie. They would send Lisa Marie off to summer camps. They would send, obviously Elvis would have her for long summers as well. Of course, they had joint custody. Just all of it just feels like Lisa Marie was abandoned. Obviously, the book From Here to the Great Unknown, and just grew up that. A fantastic book. And somebody did ask me, we were talking about books, and I was saying, I don't trust books. I don't trust books. I find almost every book I've read is, a lot of it is fake news or exaggerated or twisted, or it's a compilation of lots of other books pieced together to create a book to make money. That's how I feel. I don't trust books. I read between the lines every time I read a book. I always think outside the box. When I read parts of books, which I do quite a lot, guys. A lot of you guys even send me a lot of pages and clips to read. Whenever I read it, like someone sent me, Nicola sent me some Larry Geller pages the other day, and whenever I read these things, I always think, what are they really trying to say? What is going on here? Yeah, I mean, I love Larry Geller, but it will always be his version of how he remembers it. There'll be things that he says that Elvis said to him. I still think, because it isn't Elvis saying it, it isn't from the horse's mouth, it's a recollection of something Elvis said. I always think, maybe it's slightly different than the truth. I'm not calling Larry a liar. I'm just saying he is his own person. He has his own perspective, his memories, and he'll say it from his point of view. And we could be talking about Linda, who's recently at Elvis Week, and Amy Collett, Auntie Amy, has sent me a lovely little 2-minute clip of actually Jerry Schilling. So I always think, again, Jerry Schilling, he's wrote a lovely book, hasn't he? We've got it here. Let me get it. We're into showing the books off today, aren't we, guys? Let's have a look. A lovely book. There we go. Me and a guy named Elvis. A lovely book. Speaks beautifully of Elvis. Jerry Schilling, highly respected. But I always think these people have their version of things. That it isn't exactly to the letter what Elvis said. It's how they remember it. So one of the only books I trust is From Here to the Great Unknown. So done on tapes. Obviously, Lisa Marie had once said to Riley Q, will you help me finish the book? Obviously not thinking she was going to die. And Riley, very quickly after her poor mother, Lisa Marie, passes, Riley Q is obviously Lisa's daughter, and her real name is Danielle, yeah. Takes up the challenge, takes up the mantle of, right, I'm going to do this. She puts a lot of time into creating that book. She does a fantastic job, and she keeps the uncomfortable details in the book about her mum, because Lisa talks about her mother in many ways, good and bad. She also talks about the alleged abuse. She talks about Ginger Oldham. Has strong opinions about Ginger Oldham, didn't really like her, remembers hearing them argue. Well, that's caused a reaction because Ginger Oldham thinks that's not fair. So I do believe every word of Lisa Marie. I completely trust Lisa Marie, and I do trust her book, From Here to the Great Unknown. But that's one of the few books that I trust. So obviously, Ginger Oldham has her own beautiful book. She defends Elvis. I'm a fan of Ginger. She's appearing at the dojo, Tiger Man Dojo, Spar Guy and Trey's dojo on the 14th, I think. So that'll be very interesting. I'm a fan of Ginger. I like Ginger. But Ginger sees it differently. Ginger sees that her and Lisa got on very well and there were no problems. Ginger doesn't feel that her and Elvis argued. And Ginger's surprised that Lisa said she didn't really like her. So Ginger, again, that is my point. she will see it from her point of view. Ginger sees it from her point of view. It's pretty obvious Elvis and Ginger had arguments, obvious, because Ginger then does go on to say, oh, we did have a few disagreements, So people are a bit touchy, a bit defensive, but I'm not saying that to be negative about Ginger. I'm just trying to make a point that people remember things from their point of view. I mean, look, if we talk about the trashy book that Marty Lacker, Lamar Fike, and Billy Smith wrote, which is disgusting. This is one of the most disgusting books. These three people will say this is how we remember it, even though I actually think quite a few things in this book have been proven to be lies, but alleged for entertainment purposes. This is just an opinion, not a fact. But you see my point, guys? Billy Smith, highly respected and loved by the Elvis fans, and he has trashed Elvis again and again and again with his friends, Marty Lacker and Lamar Fike. So we don't know, do we, guys? We don't know. Can we trust these books? Elvis, what happened? Red West, Sunny West, Dave Hebler. Dave Hebler still stands by every word in this book. Yeah, recently we've covered the topic of Elvis didn't really like Dave Hebler. We were trying to get to the truth of it. Did Elvis dislike Dave Hebler before he fired him? There's some evidence alleged that he didn't really like Dave Hebler. He started to see Dave Hebler's true colours, and he had been warned by Ed Parker, be careful of Dave Hebler, yeah? Keep him at arm's distance. And Elvis on tape says, I should have listened, yeah? So the bottom line is, Dave Hebler completely crucified Elvis, yeah? And what is difficult for me to understand is why Elvis fans still kiss these people's asses, yeah? Dave Hebler, it will be hero worshipped just because he once grew up he knew Elvis briefly for 2 or 3 years, yeah? Doesn't make sense, yeah? The people that have trashed Elvis still get their asses kissed just because they were related or grew up with him or were around him when he was in the 50s and 60s and 70s. Doesn't make sense. To me, if you've trashed Elvis, if you've said some things that are very private things that should have been kept private, things that Elvis wouldn't have want repeated, you've let him down, you've betrayed him, and these people shouldn't be hero worshipped. Yeah, that's just how I feel, guys. Can't help it. I get a lot of stick. The things that I've been discussing openly in the last couple of months have been a bit tough, guys. I've been given a hard time for defending Elvis. But I still will do it because that is my passion. I owe Elvis. He saved my life. I owe him. Going to defend him against anyone. Yeah. Some people say, oh, you don't have the right to. Who do you think you are? I'm just a fan in the UK, in his kitchen, having a cup of tea or coffee with you guys. That's all I am. Yeah. So when I discuss these crazy allegations, bizarre, outrageous allegations, I wonder if they'll actually get onto main news, like on TV. I know TMZ. How seriously can we take TMZ? But we have to discuss it, though, guys. We can't just ignore it. I'm still blown away by this. Pulled the plug. Priscilla Presley sued. Pulled the plug on Lisa Marie to control estate. Priscilla calls allegations malicious and lies. They bloody are. No. I'm not saying that they're lies because I don't know the truth. Yeah, I'm not going to take sides on this. It's too serious. But it's very malicious. Yeah. Priscilla's head must be spinning. So quite a recent picture by the looks here. Priscilla Presley, obviously 80 now, exploited her own daughter's health crisis to gain control of the Elvis Presley estate, allegedly yanking life support from Lisa Marie when her heart stopped, according to a new lawsuit. But Priscilla strongly denies the claims. I mean, bloody hell, guys. So I haven't read it yet, but I'm guessing Bridget Cruz is saying this, just to guess, yeah? Pretty mad, guys. Honestly, how do we... Obviously, the serious health things happened. Lisa was very sick. We know she was extremely sick. We could see it at the Golden Globe Awards. I I still say I don't understand why she wasn't rushed to hospital then and there. Yeah, it was so obvious she was sick. There was, I think, is it a do not resuscitate thing was going on, a DNR thing. I don't know the ins and outs of it. We need to look into it. There is a YouTube channel called Spotlight Spy. I think we might have to go to that and try and understand what went on the day poor Lisa Marie died, in hospital, on the way to hospital. I think I've heard Riley Keough was in an aeroplane on the way. Who made the decision with the do not resuscitate thing? So, they call it pulling the plug, but there's a lot to go through here, guys. I'm not even sure where to start. So I think the best place is just to read the article, and then we're going to read the Bridget Cruz stuff, where the 50 million lawsuit, because I got a feeling this is where these allegations, these claims are being made, and try and unravel it. Yeah. So ex-wife is being sued by former business partner. In a 50 million lawsuit, they lay out serious allegations claiming Priscilla pulled the plug within hours of Lisa being admitted in January 2023 after suffering a cardiac arrest. Now, I just want to say, guys, as an outsider, Priscilla was running the show. I know that she, obviously, there's Elvis Presley Enterprises, 85% was sold off, which I wish it had never happened, but it happened way back, I think, around 2005. I can't remember the exact year. Giving control, really, to Elvis Presley Enterprises, even renting Graceland to Elvis Presley Enterprises. Yes, Riley Keough, Priscilla at the time, who's acting on behalf of her daughter Lisa, retained 15%. Sorry, I got something in my eye. Which I should never have happened. But I will say this. Priscilla, up until the point Lisa Marie died, was very much in charge, very much calling the shots, very, very, had a lot of influence. I would say even demanding that things went her way. She got her way. She had a lot of power, Priscilla, before Lisa Marie died. Lisa had allowed Priscilla to do a lot, to make a lot of the major decisions. Now, without trying to go into it too much, a lot of mistakes were made. We've got Barry Siegel, who squandered the fortune of Lisa Marie, who was allegedly very, very close to Priscilla, and that Priscilla was also getting some kind of allegedly large payments whilst helping to run Graceland, and her percentage of EPE, Elvis Presley Enterprise. Some say it was 900,000 a year, and that Lisa didn't even know about it, and that Barry was taking 500,000 a year from the trust. Yeah, so we don't know if that's 100% true, but it does seem that way. So everything I say is alleged, just opinions for entertainment purposes, not fact. We are an entertainment show on YouTube. That's all we are, a discussion show. But some serious wrongdoing, some really bad investments with Barry Siegel, with American Idol, things like that. Lisa Marie nearly lost everything. Yeah, it was very serious. Some say that because of it, they didn't speak to each other, Lisa Marie and Priscilla, for as long as 8 years. Now, I can't prove that. So we always have to be careful what we say in case it's not true. So I'm going to go out on a limb, but Lisa went through a stage, Lisa Marie, where she was regaining control. She had previously, I think in 2016, altered the amendment. There was amendments made to the trust, which affects the insurance policy as well, where she wanted effectively to remove Priscilla, as trustee, whatever it's, co-trustee, call it what you want, and make sure that her children, Ben, Danielle, who's Riley, Finley and Harper, were going to get everything. So they say that Priscilla didn't know this happened. Other people say she did. But the truth is, I do think it does seem to feel that Priscilla felt that Lisa was in the way. This is the feeling I'm getting. Now, Lisa did have the power to remove Priscilla. Now, Priscilla had spent 40 years in charge, hadn't she? Running the show. Obviously, Elvis Presley Enterprises, Joe Weishanker, Jack Solomon, those people are all doing their thing. You know, the management teams and all the rest of it. I don't want to go into all that. I need to warm that up. But the bottom line is, as outrageous as this claim is, as outrageous as this claim is, you know, it's almost like an episode of Dallas, isn't it? Remember Dallas, guys? Lisa was in a very powerful position. She could make decisions that overrided Priscilla. So when people read these things, oh no, you know, you turned off the life support machine, or the do not resuscitate order was signed by family. We don't actually know who signed it, do we? Yeah, it's something we're being told. From the point of view of Dallas, yeah, which is a ridiculous, like, over the top TV program that we all remember don't we, guys, in the 80s? It's possible, isn't it? If I dare say so, that if Lisa Marie is removed, suddenly Priscilla is back in power, the main influence at Graceland. What do you reckon? The amendment would have been reversed back to before 2016, effectively making Priscilla very powerful. So very scary, guys. Very scary. Now let me warm this coffee up. I can't drink cold coffee. I know I'm sort of making this very long-winded. I sort of have. It's a delicate topic. I think it's very delicate what's happening here. I don't think we can just, you know, let's just sort of brush it under the carpet, call it ridiculous, and move on. I don't think we can do that. All right, let's get a nice warm coffee. Right, let's get this. That'll do, mate. Oh yes, nice bit of coffee. I think I might make it taste a bit better. I think I'm going to add a bit of honey. That coffee not great thing. Tell them about the honey, mommy. Okay, we're back. We've got the coffee. I've run out of butter, so I can't even have a nice frothy, buttery coffee. So I'm going to have to settle for normal coffee. Wasn't it funny last night, guys, with Frankie and Katie joined us on our show last night. I think I'm going to let Frankie and Katie join us again. My daughter's friends, they're funny. I keep saying to them they should have their own show. Right, let's get serious. In the docs obtained by TMZ, the plaintiff claims Priscilla made the fateful decision before Lisa Marie's daughter Riley Keough was able to get to hospital. So she was on her way on aeroplane, yeah? And despite Lisa Marie having signed a directive to prolong her life, I don't know about that. See, that's the first time I've read that. The suit filed by Bridget Cruz and Kevin Fialco say Priscilla figured Lisa Marie's death would end her daughter's efforts to remove Priscilla as a sole trustee of Lisa's irrevocable life insurance trust. They alleged Priscilla wanted to control the trust and ultimately Graceland's, which I believe that. I do, I'm on about, I do think Priscilla wanted to keep power. Yeah, I do believe that. She's very, very greedy for money, very power hungry, very fame hungry, wants to be the boss, wants to be in charge. Yeah, I believe that. The bit that is really like, wow, is would she have killed her own daughter for it? Remember what I just said? It's allegedly, for entertainment purposes, not fact, not truth, I'm not saying it happened. It's a discussion program to discuss based on TMZ's, what they're saying, yeah? And get this, the lawsuit says Lisa was noticeably ill and complained to Priscilla about her health when they attended the 2023 Globes together, but Priscilla ignored the warning signs despite being only a short drive from the world-renowned Cedars Sinai Medical Center. Now, I will say this, guys, the whole world watched Priscilla and Lisa and Jerry Schilling and the people there. There was other people there as well, wasn't there? Austin Butler. But come on, guys. That poor Lisa should have been taken straight to hospital. Straight to hospital. I don't think anyone denies that. So yes, there was a responsibility from Priscilla, the mother, to even though even though Lisa Marie is in her 50s, come on, even me. But I've got a 28-year-old son, Andreas, yeah, who I've named after my twin brother. If he was really unwell when I met him, I'd take him straight to the hospital. Priscilla should have took him. I actually think so should have other people. Jerry Schilling, definitely. Yeah. I'm not having a go at Jerry Schilling, but come on, guys. The girl looked very sick. We were all shocked. The whole world was shocked. I actually remember watching it and saying to my wife, my God, she doesn't look well. Now, I never for a second thought she was going to die, but I thought she really looked unwell. She was also very happy for the movie. Lisa wanted that movie to be very successful, fully supported it, loved that it relaunched her father. She obviously loved Austin Butler and Baz Luhrmann. But my God, no one thought she was going to die that night. She's dearly missed, dearly missed. Such a beautiful, lovely person. She really was Elvis's daughter in so many ways. We're all gutted, aren't we? We're all gutted. Many of us still cry a tear today, missing poor Lisa Marie, So instead of the suit says Priscilla clasped, I can't say that word in the morning, clasped to the spotlight, going out to the Chateau Marmont for drinks with Lisa and then sent Lisa on a long drive to her Calais home. A little over 24 hours later, Lisa Marie suffered a cardiac arrest. So I'm not really sure. I've seen Priscilla say that they'd gone for a couple of drinks. The long drive to the Calais home, I don't really know about that. Yeah. So that's something that needs to look into. Yeah. In the docs, Cruz Fialco. So Bridget Cruz and her is, I think, husband and partner. And she's got some other associates, hasn't she, Bridget? The next week, prior to Lisa Marie's funeral, Priscilla exclaimed, "I'm the queen, I'm in charge of Graceland." Now, was that said? Was that said? I repeat that. In docs, so basically Bridget Cruz in her legal documents with Fialco, obviously there's a lawsuit between Bridget and Priscilla, and Priscilla's countersuing, claiming elder abuse. A few months ago, we were looking at when they were signing these contracts. We had a private video that had been released, probably shouldn't have been released, by Bridget, that shows them signing these contracts. It all does feel a bit dodgy. There's a so-called impartial lawyer there that doesn't, to me, allegedly, seem impartial to me. That's just my opinion for entertainment purposes, not a fact. But it all, to me, I found the whole thing very uncomfortable. I'll be honest with you guys. So did Priscilla, it says here, Priscilla exclaimed, "I'm the queen, I'm in charge of Graceland," which wouldn't surprise me, but was that actually said? Yeah? Or is this what Bridget Cruz is saying that Priscilla said, which is how it seems? Now, Bridget Cruz has joined our show. She's an auctioneer. She runs GWS Auctions. GWS Auctions. Pretty good website. Go and have a look. Loads and loads, thousands of Elvis items are there for sale. We are worried as fans about Bridget Cruz's involvement with Priscilla. What went on? Did Bridget Cruz help negotiate the deal with Riley Q when there was a settlement? When Lisa Marie tried to when Priscilla tried to go against Lisa Marie's amendments to the trust, to the, her wishes after she died. So the whole thing, we're worried that Bridget also negotiated a burial for Priscilla to be buried at the meditation garden. Could we as fans have strong opinions about whether or not Priscilla should be buried next to Elvis? Now, I sort of understand her wanting to be buried next to Lisa and Benjamin. I get that. It's her daughter, it's her granddaughter. I don't understand her wanting to be buried next to Elvis. She didn't ask to be buried next to Lisa and Benjamin. She asked to be buried next to Elvis. So I'm concerned about that. If she divorced Elvis 4 years before he died. She had been unfaithful many times. I accept Elvis also made mistakes, but Priscilla clearly was unfaithful to Elvis. And the research I've done, Priscilla wanted a divorce. Once she started seeing Mike Stone, bearing in mind she'd already been unfaithful with Steve Peck, the dance instructor, which she has admitted and called him Mark in page 262 of this book. Yeah. So the whole thing about being buried next to your ex-husband who you were unfaithful to many times, yeah, and completely ripped him off on the second divorce settlement, even placing a debt on Graceland, that's just ridiculous. Come on, who gets buried next to their ex? And then she says again and again and again that Elvis is the love of her life. That's ridiculous. We all know she was with Marco Garibaldi for many years, over 20 years, and had his child Navarone. She was with Michael Edwards for 6 to 7 years. Her saying that Elvis was the love of her life is ridiculous. No, I don't believe it for a second. Now, the brainwashed Priscilla fans that fell for this fake fairy tale, they believe it. They believe all of the stuff. If I would say millions of people believe the fake fairy tale, but trust me, guys, this is a reinvention of the truth, a rewriting of history. This is not fact. This is Priscilla's version of events to make herself look like a poor victim and Elvis look like the bad guy. And it worked. In my opinion, for entertainment purposes, this is one of the biggest scams ever. And the whole world fell for it, and all the tabloids and TV companies fell for it. Now, there will be some things in this book that are a little bit true, but overall, this is a con. And that's just an opinion for entertainment purposes, not a fact, just a discussion program. Yeah? We share opinions. So, guys, I ain't falling for it. I don't fall for this book. This book did a lot of damage to Elvis's image and reputation and legacy. So, Priscilla has been hailed as this hero that saved Graceland, that it was her idea to open the museum. None of it's true. None of it's true. Now, she did, once she got involved with the Living Museum and Graceland and Elvis Presley Enterprises, I would say she did make some pretty big decisions. Yeah. Now, not all good. Not all good, guys. Selling Elvis Presley Enterprises, I know that Lisa Marie was involved in that process because she had to sign things. I worry about Priscilla's influence over Lisa when Elvis Presley Enterprises was sold off. I do worry about it, guys. Again, it's just an opinion. I'm just a fan. We have to remember, I am just a fan at home chatting about these things. So let's keep going. In docs, Cruz and Fialco alleged next week, prior to Lisa Marie's funeral, Priscilla exclaimed, "I'm the queen, I'm in charge of Graceland." Priscilla's attorney, Marty Singer, tells TMZ the allegations are fabricated, malicious, and lies. TMZ broke the story. A trust battle broke out in the wake of Lisa Marie's death, with Priscilla challenging an amendment to Lisa Marie's trust, which eliminated both Priscilla and Lisa's former business manager, Barry Siegel, as trustees and left Riley as the sole trustee. As we reported, Riley paid Priscilla millions to get back off the legal challenge, and now Riley is in charge of Lisa Marie's estate and is a substantial owner of Elvis Presley Graceland. So I think the amount that TMZ sounds higher because I think at some point there's negotiations. Bridget Cruz gets involved as acting as her attorney. I think I don't remember the exact figures, but $1 million for Priscilla. Legal fees are paid over $400,000. An agreement that Priscilla may be able to be buried in the meditation garden, maybe, and a couple of other bits and bobs. And that, I personally think, if that was the amount Priscilla was given, it was a bloody good deal because it got rid of Priscilla. Priscilla now is clearly outside of the bubble. Yeah, I think she gets $100,000 a year as advisory payments to Graceland for but it's pretty obvious, guys. Priscilla is now doing her own thing, has been since Lisa Marie died. I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't seen Priscilla grieve. I haven't. The whole thing on the Piers Morgan show didn't convince me. It all seemed very fake. I don't understand why Piers Morgan gave her such a soft interview. I'll never understand it. I'm very worried. I'm very concerned about Priscilla. It's difficult because she's 80. I definitely don't think there's any... The elder abuse thing to me just sounds ridiculous. I personally think that Priscilla was in a lot of trouble financially, and she was very close, good friends with Bridget Cruz. Stuff had gone on with auctioning items. Priscilla would allegedly write letters of recollection, which increased the value of these items in the auctions, which boosted the price they sold for, but also, from the point of view of making money, Bridget Cruz and Priscilla allegedly, not a fact, just an opinion, were making a lot of money from auctioning these items through GWS auctions, using Priscilla's letters of recollection, how she remembered them. So I think some dodgy goings on, but I'm just an entertainment program, so I cannot say none of this is fact. It can only be opinions. And I do think Bridget Cruz has made mistakes and has done things that she shouldn't have done. I do think Bridget Cruz has been involved with stuff concerning Priscilla that's a bit naughty. I do think Bridget Cruz allegedly tried to negotiate many things on behalf of Priscilla that weren't good for Riley. Riley, Finley and Harper, because Benjamin has passed. It was theirs. Lisa dies, everything goes to them. The Gracelands and all the artifacts, even though it's rented to EPE, which is another travesty, should never have happened. So all of it, guys, very concerning. So what we're going to do on part 2 is we're going to read the lawsuit stuff. So it looks to me like the lawsuit has been updated. I only found out about it yesterday, so I need to do some research. I need to understand what went on as Lisa Marie was taken to hospital. What went on, guys? We need to know the ins and outs. That they call it pull the plug on Lisa Marie, but as far as I know, it was a DNR, a do not resuscitate thing. Yeah, I don't know for a fact. Yeah, we need to understand. Yeah, many people think it's like the life support machine was turned off. So who knows, guys? Who knows? It's all pretty crazy. And I always just think Poor Lisa Marie. Poor Lisa Marie. Very sad. But I'm not gonna sit here and accuse Priscilla of these very, very, very extreme things, because I just get myself in trouble. Yeah. If I start saying, oh yeah, it's true, it happened, I'll get in trouble, guys. I can't. This is too serious. So I have to be very careful what I say, which is why everything we do is a discussion, not fact. Very awkward for me, actually, guys, because this is probably one of the most serious things I've ever had to read on my YouTube channel. TMZ, come on, let's be serious. They've got a reputation. Is it the National Enquirer? You know, do you remember the old tabloids back in the day where there was a lot of trash news? So we have to be careful that TMZ are not making more of it. But I will say this. When we read it, if Bridget Cruz has actually put it in her lawsuit, then Bridget Cruz is accusing Priscilla of ending the life of her daughter. Yeah, which is very serious. I got a feeling Bridget Cruz has said it. I think this is where this all comes from. So I'm going to upload this now, guys, and then I'm going to come back to part two. Part two, we'll discuss the $50 million lawsuit. Let's see if I can get it up. Just the heading of it. Guys, this is probably one of the most serious videos I've ever made. Yeah. Obviously, you know, the Elvis world is always pretty crazy, isn't it, guys? But this is serious. This is serious. It's actually uncomfortable for me to read. It's that serious. You know, these are very, very, very serious accusations. Yeah. Is this the one? Let's have a look. Now, Rick sent me this. Quite a few other people sent me this. Thank you, Rick. Rick, welcome back to England. I mean, to LA. We've missed you. So there it is, guys. Can you see it? Rick always gives me very good advice. He knows his stuff. Rick knows his legal stuff. So my guess is that Presley Mania, Rhonda will be doing all this because this is so what she's good at. Presley Mania. So definitely check out Rhonda's version once it's released. I don't think Rhonda's done anything yet, but she will. This is exactly the kind of things that she covers. Okay, guys, love to all of you. And I just want to remind everyone, please don't be rude to me. Please don't insult me. Don't send me private rude messages. I'm blocking all rude people. I don't deserve it. I'm very kind to everyone. Thanks, guys. Take care. Love you all. And I'll be back for part two. Priscilla Presley sued for $50 million amid a power struggle over Graceland's business enterprise. And this is all to do with Bridget Cruz, the auctioneer from GWS Auctions, and her husband and her associates. Take care, guys. I'll upload this now. I'll join you live on the comments. Thanks, everyone, and good morning to you. The kids are still asleep.